This channel is proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out the link to their store in the description and in the pinned comment for exclusive tabletop RPG products you will find nowhere else. They have recently released the Wretched Beast series, so definitely check it out. Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Hexen Academy. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this tabletop RPG, where you learn magic and attempt to survive the intrigues of a fragile piece, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about damage effects. HP stands for health points, certainly, and if you lose too many of them, you will end up bloodied. You add a plus to all actions performed, but gain 1 fatigue whenever you spend an act or action. When a combatant reaches 0 health points, you may either knock them out or deliver a fatal blow. However, if a combatant takes enough damage to reach minus 100 health points, or they are attacked 3 times while knocked out, they will die immediately. When it comes to resistance, whenever an enemy rolls to deal dynamic damage against you, they will compare their first damage roll's value against your resistance. We will talk about dynamic damage in a few moments. A combatant's base resistance is 1, but once they gain at least 1 armor layer, it will increase to 10. Each additional armor layer beyond the first adds plus 2 resistance, up to a maximum resistance of 20. Fixed damage is damage that will always deal a number of health points of damage, or twice that if you rolled a critical success. Fixed damage has lower potential damage than dynamic damage, but fixed damage will always ignore the target's resistance. When it comes to dynamic damage, you will roll 1d20 against your target's resistance. If your damage roll is greater than or equal to your target's resistance, your damage die will explode, allowing you to roll again. As long as each subsequent roll is greater than or equal to the previous roll, the damage die will continue exploding. When you roll a value that is less than the previous roll, stop rolling. Add each roll result together and deal that much damage to the target. When it comes to fatigue, it represents how much stress and exhaustion you possess. Gain 1 level of fatigue whenever you skip a meal. Spend a nighttime slot on anything else besides rest. We will talk about this in a future part of the review. Or spend stunts while bloody. All fatigue effects stack. So for example, if you have 4 or 5 fatigue, every act that you perform costs 2 acts to perform instead of 1. But what if you end up with 6 to 7 points of fatigue? You would suffer that and receive a minus to all rolls that you perform. If you are knocked out due to fatigue, your HP doesn't change, but you are knocked out for 1 scene, or until someone uses intelligence medical on you. Once awakened, your fatigue will become 9. When you rest during downtime, remove 1d6 fatigue. Let's talk about elemental damage. There are 8 elements that you can control, if you are proficient in the divine trait that matches its name. You have physical, flame, stone, windy, plant, flood, shock, and supernal. While most elements are neutral to one another, there are some instances where some elements are inherently strong against one element, while being inherently weak or even immune against another at the same time. It's also important to consider that all of these different types of damage could have an area of effect upon the battlefield. And of course you can also take damage from other things such as obstacles, hazards, fall damage. You can even benefit from cover. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about incantations. It's clear that damage is a serious consideration. Things become quite tactical because of the different types of damage that you can suffer. So knowing that is truly going to be half the battle. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel through PayPal or DriveThruRPG, the information will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, in tabletop RPGs, you are not telling stories about your characters, you are experiencing the game world as your characters. Once again, thank you and see you later.